from the Northern Flower Garden. We are wedding florists, and I'm here today to introduce you to one of our favourite wedding flowers, albeit not the most popular. So just want to introduce to you why we like it so much. And it's the good old-fashioned carnation. Its Latin name is Dianthus caryophyllus, and it's carnation. We love this because it's so textural. It's got, for me, it reminds me of like a ball gown, and all the frills and what have you is so lovely. And I think it has kind of a vintage quality about it. So if you're looking for that sort of bouquet with a bit of a vintage vibe, I think carnations are perfect. They are great little flowers in that they're cost effective. They are perfect in that they last so long. They are so easy to keep. They will not wilt. They will not let you down on your big day. These stay looking gorgeous forever, almost really, in the flower world. So they're a really good flower to work with. Nice and easy, but nice and beautiful too. So you may get them quite tight. That's okay. We can easily fluff them open. And again, this doesn't damage them. They so long as they have a good drink, they stay. They really are quite indestructible. So let me first of all tell you the variety. So we have carnations in every colour. So again, if you come to your wedding florist with a certain colour palette, I guarantee that there'll probably be a carnation that'll fit that colour palette. This one is what we call a bi-colour carnation, in that you've got two colours. So it's a nice pinky colour with a burgundy tip. And again, I think that kind of bi-colour adds to the vintagey, antique kind of look. This one's Comanche, but they have them in all different colours and the same sort of bi-colour, the two colours in it. So there we go, we've got Comanche. How we care for them. So when we get them from the flower markets, basically, like that, in big bunches. What they need, again, they're a flower that's often kept out of water because they're so hardy, and they're packed in boxes nice and flat. So when we first get them, they need a drink. So what we do, we just remove the lower foliage because we don't want any leaves in the water. We would cut it, and again allow a good 2 centimetres, cut it on an angle. We cut it on an angle so it gets the best water feed possible, because you've still got all that area exposed. If we were to cut it flat and it sits in the bucket, nothing's exposed there, so it's going to struggle to get the water up. So that's why we do the angle, like that. And then we dip it in the water bucket, and you can actually feel after a couple of hours these get all plump, full of water, so they really do suck it up. In the water buckets we would put flower food, which has sugars in it to feed the flower, and it also has an antibacterial agent in it which keeps the water clean. Anything that falls into the water, like bits of leaf, petals, will cause bacteria, and bacteria will cause your flower to die prematurely. So we don't want that. That's why we do that. It's like kind of, A, we keep our water buckets clean. That's why we take our lower foliage off. But B, we put the flower food in as a little double measure to make sure that the water does stay nice and clean. And we would just keep them in the buckets. These don't need a lot of looking after, like I say, they're nice sturdy little things. In time, they open up themselves, but if we want to fluff them out more, we can do so. If we need them open sooner, and they're all right with that. That doesn't damage the flower at all. They are perfect for bouquets. Often, historically, they were kind of the an alternative to a rose, in that they're a similar size. So they do look perfect in bouquets. At the same time, they also look perfect in arrangements, again, as a substitute for a rose. We also quite like them, and this is very, again, some would say old-fashioned, but they're really nice as a bouquet, a buttonhole, sorry, or a boutonniere. They're just a nice size. If you put a nice little foliage around it, it would make a really nice boutonniere as well. And again, being out of water through the day, they are going to last so much longer as a boutonniere than a rose would, because as soon as you take a rose out of water, it will start to droop. So if you've got a hot summer wedding, by afternoon you may find some of your roses starting to look a bit thirsty. You won't find that with a carnation. It will look really good. So that's another thing to consider, especially as our summers seem to get really warm these days. You know, we're now starting to have to think about how flowers last out of water as well when we're designing. So yeah, just to introduce a few ideas to you basically about the carnation, and hopefully spread a little love for this flower, because it's really quite a canny little flower. I'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe if you like any of this content, and I'll see you again next time with our next one. Bye bye.